Good morning, it is Clay Trader at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they unfold live. We are actually headed into Memorial Day weekend, so might be very choppy. I'm not expecting much volume, but it does, at least for the time being, appear like there could be some tradable opportunities this morning, but I'm definitely not going to be trading that long at all, just because I expect volume to dry up very quickly. So we'll see what happens. Going to keep an eye on RLYP right out of the gates. Market opens up here in less than a minute. All right, going for some shares here at 1950. Well, I tried. It went down there and hit 1950. As you can see right there, a low of 1950. That's where my order is, but I didn't get any shares. So that's probably what I get for putting it at 1950. I'm actually going to adjust that now to 1935, so we'll see if it can get back down there or not. Keep the video rolling for just a tad bit longer. So let's see if it can break through 1950 this time. All right, I'm going to pause it. Okay, going for the break of 1950. There's the break. Let's see if it can get down there too. And I am in. So I'm looking to hopefully build a bigger position here. Let's see what happens. And out there for a quick 14 cents, so there's $140 on the trade. Wanted it to break down below 19. I was hoping to pick up another couple thousand shares, but that didn't quite happen. I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it keeps pulling back, I'm going to buy it some more. But again, I'm not willing to buy unless it breaks through 19 at this point. So we'll see what happens in regards to that. I'll keep you updated. Have an order into short, just 100 shares, 237.50 on ULTA. Obviously a higher price stock, so I'm going to go in a little bit smaller at first. I'd like to try to build a position here, so we'll see if it can get up there or not. But again, initial entry at 237.50, so I'll keep you updated on that. Looking for a fill here on BIG at 48.50. Got that. We'll look to build a bigger position here, or I guess take the quick $50. We'll look to try that again. Next order at 48.25. So let's see if it can get down there or not. Again, if it wants to give me a quick $50 bill, I'm not going to turn that away. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, I adjusted the order down to 47.75 since this one seems to be gaining a little bit more momentum here. So let's see if I can get a quick snap through 48 down to 47.75. Well, it broke through 48 but didn't quite give me the quick move down that I was hoping for. So I will pause it and see if it pulls back down there or not. All right, so I'm looking to short here at 130, and I got my stop loss up, and I'll explain my logic here. If I can get filled. So my logic is if I can get filled there, I'm willing to risk about $90 to $100. And even if I get stopped out for a $100 loss, give or take, I'm still going to be walking away with about $90. So let's see what happens here. I'm in. So now let's see if I can get this thing to roll over. So like I said, if I walk away with the $100 loss, I'm still up about $100, and that's going to be perfectly fine for me. I'm happy with that going into the weekend. But if it rolls over and continues this kind of death fall that it's been in, then I'm going to be in a much better spot. So let's see if we can get this thing to start to roll over some more, like it's doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a winning trade for myself. Move that stop loss up to 129. and I'm out for $45. Now, before you go, well, what the heck, Clay? You're risking $100 to make 45? That's just because I got stopped out. What happens if this thing would have just kept on falling and then falling and falling some more? The point being, the potential there was much bigger than, $100 would have been the max I could have lost, but I could have made a whole lot more than $100 if things went my way. They didn't really go my way, but you're in a good spot when things don't. It didn't really quite go my way, yet I still made $45. So, and I probably got a little too tight with the stop. We'll follow this one to see, but like I said, I wanted to ensure that it was still a winning trade, and it looked like it was starting to pick up some momentum there, but then of course it snapped back and got me quickly. But yeah, where it stands now, hindsight talking here, obviously, but should have been probably a little bit looser with it. But that's all right. I'm still happy with it. And that's what trading's all about. Put yourself in spots where things can go a little bit wrong. For me, $100 loss, or really right, and I could have made a whole lot more than $100. All right, it is. I walked away from my computer. It is, let's see, 10:05 a.m. Eastern time. And I wanted to be done at 10. I've been done since 10, but closed out the week and going into the 3-day weekend now with $235. So I'm very happy with that. That'll more than I'm actually going down to Ohio, which is where I grew up. My parents are still down there. So that'll pay more than pay for gas and all that good stuff. So very pleased with the trading today. PANW, yeah, probably could have traded that one a little bit better, but that's still hindsight talking. But I definitely had myself in the right spot. Tried to get some fills here on WDC, but just didn't quite get up where I wanted, and now it is pulling back here, but it is what it is. Before I go, one of the big questions I always get with these live trade videos, and it makes sense, I mean, it's a good logical question, is, hey Clay, how are you finding these different setups? How are you finding these stocks to trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide right there. So if you click right there, you can get it. It's just a guide that I put together when I talk about the tools that I'm using to locate these setups. And the guide's totally free. So if you think that could maybe add some value to you as a trader, then go for it. Like I said, totally free. So it's a good risk versus reward thing. Your risk is maybe a few minutes of your time because it's a one-page document. So it's very straight and to the point. Not like it's going to take you 3 weeks to read through it or anything like that. So give it a look if you want. And like I said, you click right there and I will email you the guide. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hopefully everybody had a great week. Memorial Day on Monday. So I'm very thankful for all of those that made the ultimate sacrifice. And for you vets out there, I appreciate your service also. And thank you for all that you do. You allow schmucks like me to sit here and make these YouTube videos. And I know that's not something that everybody around the world can do. So thank you very much. Again, everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. I will see you back next week.